Hi.
What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
Welcome.
Making
Just
weird
flapping
mouth
your
sounds.
lips.
Just
Yeah.
flapping my lips. What are any of us ever doing but that? You know what I mean?
What else is a podcast if not a lip flapping persevering? I don't know.
Yeah. But which lips were they? You'll know if you watch the video. But if it's just audio, you don't know which lips these were.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
What are you drinking?
Oh my God, I made a mocktail. Okay.
It looks like some alien juice or something.
Oh. Easter egg. I made a mocktail. I really like to make a fake like gimlet. So I put like agave and lime juice and I like get that tasting good where it's like well balanced, and then I put sparkling water in and it tastes very nice. But then Pete's been drinking bitters in soda water. So I added bitters to it. Oh, it's so herbaceous and like
I love that.
it's very nice. Yeah.
Ugh.
What are you drinking? And you had an interesting cup.
Oh yeah, this is my little goblet.
Yes, your alien goblet.
Yeah, it's just like a little vodka spritzer situation.
Lovely. Did you see J-Lo's new line of cocktails?
Dude, yes. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Oh my God, they look good. Wait, were you going to talk about that? No,
No.
it's not. Oh my God.
I just saw the commercial for it on Instagram and I was like, I'm buying these. Like I have to.
Okay, this is making me think too, the second you're fine leaving your kids not alone, but with DJ for a week, let's go to the Amalfi Coast.
We
We need to have a fabulous girls trip. We've never done one, like a real one.
We've done Vegas and we've done Hawaii,
Yeah.
but
not on our own. Like Vegas,
yeah.
we've done kind of on our own, I guess. But like Hawaii, we went with my family. So I feel like, but we could do like a fun girls trip, or like DJ and Pete could come, I guess, if they wanted, but they don't have to. But wouldn't we be fabulous? Just like sipping little aperitifs,
Aperol spritzes,
and just like being bougie as fuck, because that's what her cocktails made me think, and I was just like, I want to go live that life.
100%. I know, and she's like so beautiful in the commercial, like very Italian, like Riviera vibe, like hair outfit, like gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Although I feel like it's a little bit of a marketing faux pas. I don't think she drinks, which is why she looks fabulous.
I know. I looked at the comments and everybody's like, "Oh, what is that? You drink now?" Like, like this is so dumb. It's like,
this is marketing 100%. But whatever. She's got to make her coin.
Yeah. Well, and she's just out here doing her thing. Yeah. And it's like a lower like alcohol content.
It is. It's lower ABV. So maybe once a year she does have something like that.
Yeah. People were like very offended. So
yeah.
Of course. Because it's the internet.
Of course. I immediately was my first thought, but was I offended enough to make a comment? No, because I don't really give a shit. No. Those people are wild.
Oh my God, imagine taking time out of your day to yell at J-Lo about her.
She's not reading this. She's so far removed from any comments on this post. It's insane.
That is like the funniest thing to me, is just like reading comments, and I'm just like, in what world? It's performative for other people. You know what I mean? It's just like, look how outraged I am. Look at how like shitty this person is. Like, it's just, I don't know.
My favorite comments now that I have been getting are like the ones where it's like a bad joke, and it's a bad, mean joke that 40 people have already made it. And you think leaving it now is fine? Yeah. No. Yeah. This video has 5,000 comments on it. Yeah. You're not the first, and you're not original, and you're not funny, bitch. Get to step in.
Do you see what I'm wearing right now? Obviously, it takes up half the frame. It's my My satin Snuggie.
It's so good.
Because I was like, so
it's a Snuggie?
Well, it's like a huge oversized
thing.
Sweater.
Sweatshirt. Yeah.
Oh, it's like, it goes like past my knees.
Oh, so yeah, it's like
it's basically a Snuggie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sleeping bag dress.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Let's see if this works.
Oh my God. Get cozy. So cute.
DJ said it looks like I'm in a cult when I put
it does. Yeah.
The hood on.
And it's in like millennial
or a boxer.
Pink. Yeah. Or a boxer. Yeah. But more cult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Take me to your leader.
Hey. Oh boy. Oh
my God.
You guys, we're talking about aliens today.
Oh my God. Okay.
Almost against our will, but.
Yeah. But no, we want to talk about it.
No, we want to talk about it.
Because, okay, Pete, I make Pete walk me every day.
He takes you out for your walk?
He does. I go, can you walk me later? Like, because I just need to, like, I don't want to go by myself because it's dark. And then, it's like nice to go together. So I'm like, will you walk me? And so he was walking me. He had taken me out on my evening walk the other day to relieve myself. And he was like, do you remember, like out of nowhere, he's like, do you remember Alien Autopsy? And I was like, what? Like, that sounds so familiar, but also I couldn't like remember what it was. And he was like, oh, it was like this footage of an alien autopsy, like in the 90s.
Not to be confused with the band Alien Autopsy.
Okay, that's what he also said after. He's like, and I think there's also a band. And maybe that's what I was thinking of. Did they have any famous songs? No.
I think so. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the type of music I listened to. Also, not to be confused with Alien Ant Farm.
I was just going to say that. And they did have a song I knew, and that was a cover of Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
Still slaps.
Good. Still slaps. Good. Yeah. It's great.
Oh my God.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. This fucking alien autopsy television event that happened back in the 90s. If you're our age, you probably remember this.
Yeah, it was hyped.
Oh my God, it was. I mean, I remember it. I don't think I was allowed to watch it. Definitely was not allowed to watch it.
I don't think my family cared. They would have allowed me to watch it, but like I don't. I feel like I did watch a little bit of it, and my parents were like, "This is dumb," and like turned it off.
Yeah, because it's like. It starts out with like a bunch of like interviews from people, like they go into like a whole backstory and stuff. So like if you haven't seen it, it's like easily accessible on the internet now if you want to like check it out. It's basically like a 17-minute video of a alleged autopsy of a extraterrestrial being and
spliced into like a quote unquote documentary.
Yeah, it's a documentary. This is like allegedly like, genuine footage from like the 1940s.
Yeah, okay, it's believed to have been lost footage of an alien autopsy from 1947.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, oh, really?
Is that so?
Really? I don't think so. But, it was also, I want to say, so this was on Fox Entertainment, not Fox News, but I could see where if we said Fox, you might think Fox News because this definitely feels like it would be programming that they would have today.
Yeah. This program, it's like a one-time like television event.
Yeah. A television avant.
Yeah. It was in 1995. And like you said, it was on Fox. I want to say it was like after an episode of The Simpsons or Cops or something.
It was
like
high profile viewing. Yeah.
Yeah. This is prime time.
It was prime time. And it was like in the summer of that year. And it was so hyped. And also at the time, I think the X-Files was one of their biggest shows. And so they were like, hell yeah. Like we already have all these like, alien nerds that like love this shit. So
it was
like,
probably on after X-Files.
It was probably, maybe it was on after X-Files.
Yeah.
Like a rerun probably because it was summer. So they're like, hey, like let's get into this. And it was smart because, I think people liked it.
Yeah. I mean, people were fucking psyched for this quote unquote documentary.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was like literally a primetime must-see TV. Gather your friends and family, make a 7-layer dip, make a signature cocktail that's like alien themed, and tune the fuck into this shit. Yeah, exactly.
Inflate your inflatable furniture.
Yeah, yeah.
Plug in your retro 70s but now 90s lava lamp.
Yes.
Get
maybe
high
the
as
black.
fuck.
Get the black light on.
Yeah.
I had a black light in my room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like get ready because we're watching a fucking alien autopsy.
Yeah. This calls for Cool Ranch Doritos and a fucking fruit roll-ups.
And Pepsi and because Pepsi was the shit in the 90s. It wasn't
Never
I feel
my
like,
shit. Never my shit.
No, I know. But I feel like Coke was on the like the
it
the
had
down,
a weird because it had the
downswing.
weird new Coke. It was trying to recover from the new Coke disaster, which
Yeah.
I honestly saw my grandma mad a handful of times in my whole life, my dad's mom, and I remember walking into her kitchen and she was ranting
About new Coke?
New Coke. Isn't that weird? I just
That's
remember
so
that.
funny.
And I was
That's
like, it's
funny.
new. I didn't understand what was going on. She was like, they changed it. I swear to God, it's different. Like, well, she didn't say I swear to God. She was very Catholic. But I just remember she was having like a meltdown and I was so confused.
I mean, you know.
Oh my God. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. You
Anyway.
get your Pepsi clear, crystal, maybe?
Yeah, Crystal Pepsi.
Your Dunkaroos,
Dunkaroos.
your Gushers.
Your Slim Jims.
Yep.
What else was maybe a Squeeze It?
Oh my God. A Mondo.
Oh, I was gonna say Mondo. Mondo. It's like mental, fundamental. Mondo. Does anybody remember Mondo? I don't know.
I do, but it sounds like the prequel to Wanna Fanta. Don't you wanna?
Yeah. Oh, they may have ripped that theme song a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so people are fucking psyched.
Yeah.
This is a event.
Yeah. It wasn't a documentary. I mean, it was like packaged kind of as a documentary, but it really truly was a reality show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the earlier types of reality shows like this. Like, I don't know. It's not a mockumentary because it was serious. Like, it took itself seriously, and it was supposed to feel.
It was like a documentary, like
Yeah,
a short documentary.
It's a documentary in the style of reality television where there's fake parts. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like a reenactment,
Like the Kardashians. No, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where it's like this is supposed to be reality TV,
scripted,
but it's
yeah.
scripted. So, there was some of it that felt, I don't know.
Like there's interviews.
It's not factual, I guess I should say.
Of course it's
so
not.
it's not a documentary in that sense, is what I'm saying. Like, it's a very, very heightened, sensationalized, is it or isn't it? And it was kind of the first of its kind in that sense.
I mean, it was certainly presented and marketed in a way that was like, is this
real?
Is this real? Like,
could this be real?
Even the full title of the show was like Alien Autopsy, fact or fiction?
Yeah.
Like,
fact,
there's a question mark.
Yeah,
it was like it was like a very much like let the viewer decide. They didn't. I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but like, it just was very unclear what people were watching, like if it was real or not. And so it was so popular. Fox rebroadcast the program twice in the fall.
Oh my God.
And each time it got higher ratings. And then when it was broadcast in November of 1995, it had 11.7 million viewers and a 14% share of the like viewership market demo.
That's huge. Nothing gets that anymore. Nothing. Not even the Super Bowl. 14% means 14% of, I'm assuming, adults 18 to like 54, which that's insane.
Unbelievable.
14% of everybody in that age group was sitting down in front of their TV to watch this fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah, it literally, and this is like, obviously in 1995, you had to check the TV guide to see what time it was on.
You had to sit your ass down in front of the TV at that time.
Or if you weren't sure, you just had Fox on all day long.
Or you set up your VHS to record it.
You set up your VHS to record. Like, literally, you had to put it on the timer.
Yeah.
When to start recording. Like, there was a whole thing. Most people did not know how to do that, though. So,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Fox was just like, check your TV guide for local listings kind of thing. Because it's on at different times and different time zones, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, crazy, crazy, crazy. It caused such a commotion where people were like, what the fuck? What's happening? Like, is this real? That Time magazine actually printed something along the lines of how this film had sparked a debate, quote unquote, with an intensity not lavished upon any home movie since the Zapruder film, which is the film of JFK getting shot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What? And this was on that level?
No, God, please. Calm down, Time magazine. Like,
oh my God.
It's just so, I mean, I don't know why, but it was at the time. This is like,
just because people watched it doesn't mean they were all in a frenzy about this. You know, it's not like everybody watched this and then changed their career to be like alien hunter. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, so I think a lot of people did. Maybe people who were skeptics before like saw this and were like, oh, maybe this is real.
Yeah, built a basement fallout shelter, bought all camo pants. They're my uncle essentially.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely people in this world who aren't on the level of like sophistication to know like this is not, and this is like before the internet and before a lot of shit was like real for people to be able to verify.
Not on the sophistication or want to believe it.
Yeah, or
I think that's a majority of the people that are interviewed in this. Like, it's people that want to believe this, you know, like there's so many things being like, dude, this isn't real. And then they're just like, but also like, it's not real. And you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of this footage is like very intense and compelling in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's literally like something being cut open and it's gross.
It looks cool. It's good effects.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the footage.
Okay.
So you already mentioned like Alien Autopsy, fact or fiction. That's the full title of this show that was being promoted, and which is I find hilarious because like, yeah, well, let's just let the viewers decide. We can't be bothered, but also
can't be responsible for what people think.
No, absolutely
We're not the thought police.
Clearly, and that was just like a precursor to where they are today. But it was also intentional in that they didn't want to get sued because they're like, well, we don't know if this is real or not. Like, we can't verify this. Like, it's basically entertainment, so we have to like cover our asses so we don't get sued. And all of this is like, so the person who made this, Ray Santilli, he was a documentarian from London, or like a filmmaker. Maybe he made lots of different kinds. And he allegedly purchased this footage of this alien autopsy in 1992 from a military photographer. And allegedly. Yeah, everything I'm about to say is allegedly. The film was allegedly said to be shot by the United States Army shortly after recovering a body from the 1947 crash in Roswell. Like,
yeah.
What? I don't know about that.
Is
that why Roswell's famous?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never looked into that.
Something did crash out in the desert. Like, there's actual like news reports about it that exist.
That's a great first step in building a conspiracy theory. That is such a good way. You already have something that's like worked into the fabric of like alien lore. And it's already not provable what happened. And you just put the tiniest little piggybacked nugget right onto it and bam.
Yep. Off to the races, baby.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he claimed that he sent some of this film to Kodak, the photography and film company, which I think they still exist. But, not a lot of people use real film anymore. So he like tried to get it dated and kind of like authenticated, you could say. And so he sent it to Kodak, and then he claimed that their response stated it could have been manufactured in 1927, 1947, or 1967. I don't know if that's sarcastic or it's very specific. Like, why, like 20 decades before, 20 years before, or 20 years after? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, it's fucking film, dude. It could have been. It's the same kind we've been making for decades. So
yeah. It's something in the range of 1927 and 1967. Couldn't tell you. Kodak's just like, we're very busy. We don't have time. Yeah. Like, he's like walking into a photo developing like kiosk, and they're like,
it's just some woman named Sharon's just working there. She's like, it looks like it could be from literally any time that we've made this film.
Yeah. She's like, do you want the family package or?
Yeah, do you want me to put this on Reels for you? Also, at the time, Kodak's like honestly in a downward spiral, scrambling to get ahead of digital cameras, which obviously they were unsuccessful at. So it's like they were fucking busy. They're like 1927, 1947, 1967. Okay, fuck off.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But skeptics pointed out that the Kodak representative only saw a portion of the negative, not anything depicting the alien autopsy.
Yeah.
So, like, they're saying, skeptics are like, the sample that he gave was like not a full sample. And so, like, how do we know that they were able to sample like the actual autopsy footage?
Yeah.
Okay, but let's get into the alien jerky of it all, because if you watch it, you'll know why.
God.
Right off the bat, I feel like we should give this kind of what is this called? A like at the beginning of a film.
Like a
warning.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Warning. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give this warning. Okay. The following program deals with controversial subjects. The theories, opinions, and beliefs expressed are not the only possible interpretation. Viewers are invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh my God, I love it. It's just like, this is a pile of stinky, hot schmegma, and what you decide it tastes or smells like is up to you. It's like, okay, this is so wild. But also, why have I heard this at like the absinthe show at Caesar's Palace? Do you know what I mean?
Like the beginning of a magic show.
Yeah, it feels like the beginning of a magic show to me.
Yeah.
It's also the origin story of quote unquote fake news.
Truly.
Like, this is where it started. It's like, it came with it's a disclaimer. Yeah. It came with this disclaimer, and it also launched the career of many a conspiracy theorist on YouTube. So,
yeah, the intro really is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like the disclaimer is doing a lot of heavy lifting for setting the viewer up to be compelled to do their own research kind of situation,
Oh my God, it's so funny. Okay, also a man introduces it. We'll talk about him in a second. We'll talk to him. What if I'm like, we have a special guest this evening? It's the man. He's very old now, and he's pretty old if he's still alive, and he's gonna talk about hosting this shit. But no, he can is very funny in the intro, because he's kind of seconding this right when he introduces the film, and it's like, basically, this is fake, but if it is real, wow, But we should warn you, we have no idea if it is, but it appears to be real.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wait, what? This is so confusing.
What is reality? Really?
What is reality? Yeah. This man should be a politician. This whole film should, honestly. It's like,
Donald Trump saw this shit, and he like got the fucking like director's cut of this goddamn quote unquote documentary, and was like, this is my playbook.
Oh my God.
This is how I
win. This is how I win my campaign.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's, speaking of this man that's hosting this, his name is Jonathan Frakes.
Mm-hmm.
Too close to fakes. Get someone
true.
else.
Yeah.
But also makes me think of hit the frakes. Slow down.
Frake it till you make it.
Frake it till you make it.
That's the name of his blog.
Are you kidding?
This is me and DJ's inside joke that we always do with like celebrity names.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, what's have you seen their website? And we'll be like if it's Jonathan Frakes, we'll be like, frake it till you make it. And I'm gonna tell him
.net.
.net. Yeah. Or like, Jennifer Grey. Have you seen Jennifer Grey's website?
50 Shades of Grey.
There you go. Perfect. Got it. You're in.
I know. Up. Okay, but
that's our inside joke.
Frake it till you make it is the name of this episode.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
Put a pin in that. Okay, yep. So he's an actor. He's like best known as an actor, and he played Commander Riker on Star Trek: Next Generation.
Yeah, he's like very handsome, like great. He's a
very
perfect,
beardy,
perfect dude to host this show.
Yeah, I guess
he's like space. He's space adjacent.
Space adjacent.
Yeah,
that sounds funny. Or maybe that's the title of this episode. TBT. Okay. Yeah. So this man. Yeah, he's very. He had a way. I think he used that spray hair.
Yeah.
Not just on his head, but also on his beard.
Yeah.
It was too like.
Uniform,
too uniform, too like one
dense.
note.
Yeah,
like there was no natural like
hair pattern. It's like too much blur effect in Photoshop.
It was an unnatural hair pattern. That's what caught my eye first.
We want to talk about extraterrestrial shit. This hair is not real. It's not of this earth. It's
space adjacent.
Yeah. Oh my God. So this fucking documentary is like it gets wild. So it's like all these interviews and like, a classic, like, my father was at the crash site and, like, and they found like a piece of this metal and like, come on. It's like, and so there's all these like dumb interviews, but then it gets into the actual autopsy shit. And it is like, they're just pulling like bits out of this like fucking alien jerky.
Yeah.
And so my favorite part though of this whole entire situation, this whole documentary, is not the interviews, is not the like, simulated gore. It's like the fact that they blur out the alien dong and or coochie. Like what? How do you know? What if they blurred out the wrong thing? Like what if we think we think his undercarriage is just actually its ears? Like what if that's where they're, you know what I mean?
It's an alien. We don't know where the genitals are. We don't know. The gonads could be those dangly things in the back of the throat on an alien.
Yeah, like the nose holes that are nose holes on us are
are the fuck part.
Are the fuck part. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Dude, this was my biggest problem with it too. I was like, how do they know? This I had a whole
What are
rant
they
to
blurring
be-
out? They blurring out their fucking eyebrows? What like that?
Yeah.
What how do you know that's a alien pussy? Come on.
Dude, it's that's my biggest problem too. That's how I knew. I go, this is fake.
Mm-hmm. It's just so like it's so anthropomorphic. It's like this is
it's
like,
a human that looks weird.
Or like a human esque thing.
Yeah.
Like in all of the same thing. It's like not even creative. And how convenient that an alien's puss is exactly where a human's is.
I know. Okay, this is yes. I am on the exact same page.
Put it like if you really want to like make me believe this is an alien.
Yeah.
Put its dick on its elbow.
Yeah.
And or give it more than one peen. You know, like come on. Fake.
Yeah, and put it somewhere else. Give it like you're saying. It's like put a foot where the pee-pee is. Like I want to. And then we could all be like, it has a foot pee-pee. Oh my god! And then everybody's united, and we all think it's real because that's too weird. You know what I mean?
Like you're blurring. What are you blurring?
Blur the whole thing.
Like
you gotta,
God,
what if the whole thing's its genitals? What if the skin is?
And it's like you're not blurring out like this. It's a full-on autopsy of a creature. It's just it's so fucking weird. I don't know. Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the other, speaking of space adjacent, I wrote human adjacent features because it's all like, this is how you know a human came up with these ideas, because it's basically a human, and then they're like, but wait, what if we just make it off enough, you know?
Yeah.
And like it looks like the stereotypical idea of what we all think an alien looks like the weird, like shiny, big, like black eyes, you know, and like a very little nose and mouth, and the head is kind of like triangular, you know, and then it's like little. So yeah, like it looks like how we've all seen aliens depicted, but like then they did some interesting things. Okay, so there's 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. So they're like, add 1, that's weird. But it's really not that weird, because this is something like many humans have. You have polydactyly if you have extra digits on your hands or feet. So yeah, so that's like not that far-fetched. Then they did explain in the documentary, I happened to watch this little part where they explained the genitals as female. So they were saying this was a female. Again, how do you know? Just because it has a front butt or whatever you want to say it has. Like,
they're like, this looks like I could stick my dick in this. Right? Yeah.
That's their litmus test. Yeah. They're like, there's a hole to stick a dick in. It must be well, it could be anything still, but they would say it's a female because they're dumb idiots.
Yeah.
Okay. But also, and the alien has no breasts. So there was no blurred, well, it doesn't have nipples, or it didn't have like mammaries.
Again.
Like I don't know. I feel like we're picking and choosing now.
It's all so...
They're like, we can't give the fake alien breasts because then we'll have to blur the whole thing, and then how will this get any ratings? So
practicality purposes, yeah.
It also has a protruding belly, like it's like very distended, not pregnant, I don't think, but like how like it's been rotting or whatever, I think was the idea, like it's like decomposing, so it's like gassy, I guess. Okay, also it's injured. The alien has like a huge gaping wound on the right leg, exposing like what would be like a human's tibia. And they're kind of like fingering around in there like that. Like the guy.
They're like, here's its leg bone.
They're like flicking flaps and shit.
Oh,
just getting ready to fuck it at some point, probably.
They're like, maybe this is the pussy. I don't know. Like,
this feels pussy adjacent.
Pussy adjacent.
The flaps make this feel pussy adjacent.
Oh,
everybody find a hole to fuck. I don't know. Okay, also it's like 3 feet tall. I don't know how big it is, but it's small. It's like definitely smaller than an adult, like human. I don't know if it's supposed to be an adult alien.
I don't know. I don't know. They don't know.
What do you think about the face?
It's horrifying.
It's creepy, right?
Truly creepy. It's like
I
eyes
think
open, mouth
is
open.
Human-y.
Yeah. It's just, that's the whole thing of that is so dumb about all this. It's just like trying to make this thing look as quote unquote authentic as possible. It's like only taking from tropes that are in pop culture.
It's almost so uncreative. It's upsetting. Like there's no, just because that's everybody's idea, and maybe it has to be that, so it's like somewhat believable because that's like already the idea people have, and in order to kind of like cling on to it, they have to have some like recognition. But
has to be familiar and has to be like,
but make it look like a jellyfish or something, you know what I mean? Like there's still other ways you could like evoke an alien without it being so human.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is so dumb because it's like so anthropomorphized, and it's just like there's nothing original or it's compelling. Okay, I guess it's like we now have had so many alien movies and so many like thought processes about what is possible in the universe that like we have like a bias now about like what's creative and what's not when it comes to aliens.
That's fair. An alien could look like a cube or something.
Yeah, we don't know.
But
in the 90s, this was like the idea of an alien was based on like all this pop culture and all these like stories that people had come out with over the decades.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just the embedded cultural idea of what an alien is, basically.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know. It's like what an alien looks like culturally, but then sometimes aliens could be cute. Like sometimes aliens could be more cartoonish and more like cute looking. This one is like very gaunt and creepy looking, and its nose is too tiny for its face, and its mouth is giving like old woman in a horror film that's like with no teeth, like gasping. I don't know. That's what I thought of when I saw it, but I was like, oh, I hate this.
I know, and it's like we had, like think about like E.T. Like that was an original portrayal of like, or Alien, like a scary fucking
dinosaur
alien.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
with like
spider.
Oh, it's a spider. Oh,
it's like spider-esque.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Predator.
Yeah, Alien versus Predator.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't know, and it's like the entire explanation, quote unquote, of the abnormalities from like the narrator and the experts too. If you watch this, like it's so 1995. It's just so offensive the way they're like talking. I don't know. I just was like, the way they're describing this creature and the examples they're using and how they're like talking about it felt kind of icky. And I was like, oh, I feel like this is not how we talk about people these days. Like, because real people have some of these like quote unquote abnormalities, and it just felt kind of like, I don't know. I just felt a little icky. But I just don't understand how any of these experts were roped into this in the first place.
Yeah, to like talk about like the footage and stuff in this documentary or this
16 minutes of.
Yeah.
Okay, also I'm obviously not a historian or and have no ability to authenticate this video, but like, don't you think there's at least one thing in that room that gives away that this was not filmed in 1947?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there is something that was filmed. The film canisters say Department of Defense on it, and that didn't exist in 1947.
Oh.
It was called something totally different. And so, like, that is a dead giveaway that it's inauthentic right there. There's all kinds of little stuff like that where it's
I'm
just
sure.
like, you know.
Like their outfits and stuff, I was like, these probably, like, I feel like they didn't look like this back then. Like, this feels like a 90s version of a hazmat suit. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was too fitted. Mm-hmm. It was too, like, practical. You know, like, that stuff has
They didn't have all that shit.
No, they didn't have that shit. I know. Oh, God. And then there's an expert who is, like, I don't even know what his credentials are, but he's, I guess, a doctor, and he's seen a lot of autopsies. And so there's one part where they're like opening the stomach cavity, or like the whole like upper torso cavity is open, and it doesn't look like how it would look if you opened up a human. It just is like a big lumpy blob. It looks kind of like a cinnamon roll or something. Like there's just like a coiled something, one big thing, and it's just like kind of one big lump. It's just like the middle of a cinnamon roll. And like just like a little bit of a and the guy's like, he's so worked up. He's like, there's no liver. This isn't even human. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like, you're looking at like a fucking prop, dude. Calm down.
Yeah, it's not. Oh God. Anybody who's like looking at this and is a so-called expert, it's just like,
I know.
Oh my God, I don't know. So yeah, it's just. It's like a lot of people have since like watched this and been like, bro, this shit is not real.
Yeah, it's not. There's like a trick too. Like when you're watching it, even just the like cinematography of it, there's no subject. The camera's just constantly moving, and then it's like, oh, now we're over here. Now we're over here. Now we're looking at the table. Now we're looking. It's like so fucking all over the place. I'm like,
it's like those videos like of when a toddler gets a phone from its parent and like runs all over the house with it.
Yeah.
It's like that. If it's military footage, they had the ability to put tripods and mount cameras. Okay.
Also,
like,
if you've ever seen a movie, you know, just keep like, we're not interested in looking at 2/3 of a screen that are covered with a shoulder. We can't see anything. Like, why would you film this like this? It is a toddler. It's a toddler.
Yeah, it's truly like the dumbest kind of setup of camera.
It's not even a setup, because it's just it's moving the whole time, and it's not on like a gimbal or whatever. It's just like fucking shaky.
Yeah, it's like if the U.S. government was going to film an autopsy of an alien, they most certainly would have the most high tech of the time.
Absolutely.
Like setup to film it.
You'd wait to do it.
It's not some like toddler running around with a
Motorola Razor.
Yeah, like.
It's all grainy and I know. It honestly made me feel like so disinterested pretty quickly, and I was just like, I would rather watch a documentary on the special effects company that like made this prop, because that would be so much more interesting to me. Like, how did they come up with this size and like the shape and the face? And I don't know. I just so I don't know. This obviously is fake.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
Yeah, it was proved. So in 2006, the filmmaker Santilli admitted the film was not authentic. And it's like, period, the end. But then it's like, well, not really. It's like, this isn't authentic, period. Oh, the end? No. Oh, actually,
period.
well.
Period.
Period. Yeah, period. Period, which is an ellipses. And what I wanted to say was that it was a staged, this is a quote from him, or this is a quote from an article, a staged reconstruction of footage he claimed to have viewed in 1992, but which had deteriorated and become unusable by the time he made his film. So he saw a movie and then he remade the movie because it was deteriorating.
I just like, I'm dying at this whole concept. It's just like he's like, oh no, I never said it was like the real footage.
Right.
I just said it was what the real footage would have looked like. You know,
It's based on real footage.
It's based on real footage.
Yeah. It's, God, it's inspired by truth.
Yeah.
This is inspired by real events.
True story. Yeah.
Oh my God. He did claim too that a couple of the frames in the in his version were from the original version. Like, he spliced in a few frames from the original, but then he never said which ones they were. And it's all just giving like child lying to me. Like, you know, they're so uncreative when you're like maybe 8 or 9 years old and you're like, oh, I have a dirt bike at my house. And it's like, oh, cool. Can I see it? And they're like, no. You're like, you don't have a dirt bike, do you? They're like, yeah, I do. It's parked next to my Lamborghini. And you're like, what? What?
Yeah. I have a girlfriend. She lives in Canada. Like,
her name's George Glass.
Yeah, George Glass. Yeah. So
oh my God. It's so dumb.
Yeah, the existence of an original film strip of the alleged autopsy has never been independently verified, by the way.
Of course not. He's like, oh, by the way, I shot it on digital film.
Yeah. It's like totally cool that, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, it all sort of ended, I guess, 3 years after the original airing when Fox blew the whistle on themselves.
They're like, oh shit, we could actually get sued if somebody takes this shit too seriously.
Yeah. And so, well, and like also
all their lawyers were like, we've determined that this disclaimer at the beginning of Alien Autopsy is not on the level. You're going to have to go full opposite, like do a 180 on this and go ahead and do a whole other show about how it's not real. Okay?
Which they did, because they used blowing the whistle on themselves to promote a new show that they aired, which was called World's Greatest Hoaxes, Secrets Finally Revealed. Greatest where? Who?
Never heard of her. Greatest.
This was never the
greatest. World's greatest hoaxes. They do a bunch of like, oh yeah, this happened in 1947, blah blah blah, or whatever, and then they're like, and then we happen to be the victims of a hoax. Can you believe it, folks? 3 years ago on this very program, like,
fact or fiction? We should have just called it fiction.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
you guys, but
I love it.
I do too. It really is a very much a piece of the culture of the time, 1995. That's what we were doing. We were watching Alien Autopsy. We were watching reruns of Baywatch. We were, we were just sitting in our inflatable furniture and reading. I don't know. What were we reading?
I was probably reading Teen Bop.
Oh, yeah, definitely Tiger Beat.
Y Magazine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Well, this is what was on in 1995. And
it's just entertainment, I feel like as long as it's heavily, if people didn't take this stuff too seriously, it wouldn't be an issue, but the fact that people do is the scary part.
I would say this is like almost in the vein of our last week's episode about how people can't tell if those TikToks of people doing the horrible cooking tutorials are real or not. And it's not. None of it's real. It's all fake, guys.
It's real, but the intention is fake or whatever.
Yeah, it's real, but it's not.
Right.
And that's and I guess the autopsy cut something open. It was made of plaster and they really made this documentary and they really gathered experts to talk about this footage that ended up being fake. And the footage, they really put organs from or slop. There's some slop gut soup in there. But it is organic material from animals and shit. Oh, okay. I read that they had to at the end of cutting up this fake alien.
Yeah.
They had to dispose of the the body parts, and they like threw it all in trash cans all around the city. And it's very much like serial killer-esque.
Yeah.
Kind of
so it can't all be
situation.
tight, so that like someone
So
doesn't
people
go
don't
to a
freak
dumpster.
out. Yeah.
And they're like, there's a ton of organs in the.
There is a small body in my dumpster outside my apartment. Yeah. Like they had to like chop it all up and and put it all in different places in the city. So
that's wild.
That was pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Jack the Ripper could never.
He wishes.
Oh my God. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I mean, honestly, that's all I got to say about this shit. I tried watching the Alien Autopsy, but it was meh.
Yeah, I got a few minutes in there.
Yeah, I got a few minutes. Checked it out.
It's boring.
Refresh my memory. Yeah.
It's boring, especially by today's standards.
Oh yeah.
It's like this is obviously fake, and it's not interesting.
It's like it doesn't even have the like je ne sais quoi that like Unsolved Mysteries had, which was on around the same time,
True, but the ones that I always liked about those were like the murder ones,
Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries.
They sometimes had stuff about like disappearances or appearances of things.
It just had like that intensity that you need, and like all that this had was fake gore.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was kind of gross.
Yeah.
And a blurred out alien pussy.
Well, it was pussy adjacent.
Pussy adjacent. Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
A space adjacent pussy. Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. And if you find yourself on the internet anytime soon, please check out all of our social media accounts at DTFU Podcast everywhere. Our website has sick merch on it, and that's dtfupodcast.com. We also have Patreon. Yeah. Check that out. We have a ton of other content on there. We do bonus episodes. We do commentary episodes. Commentary episodes are where we just talk about literally like whatever's happening in pop culture. We'll watch a documentary or whatever. So that's fun. And then we also have a Discord that we are constantly on. So check that out if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's Discord. No, it's patreon.com/DTFU podcast.
Excellent.
Yep. And listen, you guys, stay excellent to yourselves
and each other.
Bye.
Bye.